join me for just a few minutes, share the broadcast. I need to just address a few things really quickly. I hope everybody's had a wonderful Wednesday. I'll wait. I'm going to share it to a few of my pages. If you also come on in, let ambassadors know I'm here. I just want to talk to them really quickly. All right. Hope you all enjoyed Minister Jonathan Grant this evening. He did a good job. I'm so proud of my mentee. So proud of that young man. He's only 17. Can you believe that? He's only 17. So you already know, like, this young man has a bright future ahead of him. I just can't wait to see all that God has in store for him. And I'm so honored that God allows me to walk with him at this very formative age of his life. His pastor, who is a brother of mine in ministry, allows me to mentor him. So we give honor to his pastor, Bishop Branch, who's my brother and friend and colleague, and he allows me to mentor him. And so I'm so thankful to his parents. I call him Father and Mother Grant for allowing me to be a part of Jonathan's life. He has such a bright future. I want you all to pray for this young man, continue to cover him and support him. I had to make some last minute decisions, which didn't allow me to be able to do it. And when I prayed, Lord, who can fill in? The Lord said, ask Jonathan. And last minute, Jonathan was able to study and get this word and share this word. So I want you all to support him, and I want you all to sow to him. I know he didn't ask, but I want you all to sow to him. Jonathan, what is your Cash App? I think I have it, but I want you all to sow to this young man tonight. I want you to release a seed. Don't think about it. Don't hesitate. Release this seed to this young man who labored in the word. We want to support him, and I really believe that this is seed in good ground. And I'm sure you all would agree that this is seed in good ground. So we want to release this seed into this young man's life tonight. Jonathan, what is your Cash App? Put that up there for me. And so we're going to wait for him to put it up. I'm looking in my Cash App right now. Jonathan Grant 24 is his Cash App. Let me make a banner real quick. I want us to sow to this young man, and very proud of him. Very proud of him. Jonathan Grant 24. So let me put that up. There you go. That is Jonathan's Cash App. I want y'all to release a seed. I'm going to release a seed to him. And I want you all to let him know how proud you are of him. This young man, 17, he leads prayer at night. He has young people on Instagram with him praying. He has young people who are seriously crying out to God. He's hosting a prayer training next Sunday, and he's asked me to come on and teach young people how to pray. And we need our young people to know how to pray in these last days. All right. So that's his Cash App. I want you to release a seed. If you're going to sow to him, just let me know. Hey, Apostle ADJ, I'm going to give. I'm going to give to this young man. I'm going to give whatever the Lord put on your heart. Even those that will watch the replay, I want you to release the seed and make sure that you give it to him. All right. So let me just address a few things really quickly. I want to make sure that you're with us in the morning for Thursday, 6 a.m. prayer, gathering of ambassadors. I'll be leading that in the morning. Also set your reminders for the Prophets After Dark, which will be happening on Friday night, 9 p.m. And we also are very excited about our Park and Praise. And we've been doing a lot of work. Big shouts out to Prophet Dan Baptiste and to the Rock Cares ministry led by Demi Lanier and Raven Coates. And thank you all for your hard work. I really hope you all can make plans to come out and be there with us. One of the things I want to talk about is as a leader, it's very important that leaders maintain professionality and confidentiality. I have a executive leadership team that I have formed, and it has taken many different shapes and turns over the last several months. But one of the things I always ask for my leaders is that, there's certain things I share in that meeting, in that executive leadership meeting, that I asked to stay in that meeting. Now, one of the things I've learned about Jesus, or from studying Jesus's leadership, is even when the divine handpicks leaders, there is still the tendency for some leaders to act like a Judas, which means that they do things that lack integrity. They say things that lack integrity. And so, I mean, you can't avoid having people on your team sometimes that may betray you for whatever reason. And take that as a lesson for yourself. We cannot betray-proof our life. We cannot betray-proof our life. I wish we could betray-proof our life or hater-proof our life or whatever. But we really can't. If Jesus didn't betrayer-proof his life, then who are we? And so I've asked leaders, to keep certain things confidential and within the leadership team, because when there are shifts and transitions that are coming, you have to be systematic, thoughtful, prayerful about how you roll it out. You roll it out in phases. One of the things my spiritual father, Bishop McKinley, used to say all the time is that when imagine an organization, a ministry, a business, or even a family being like a ship. The size of the ship determines how quickly you can turn the ship. If it's a little small, little boat, little power boat, you can turn that and it's not going to, capsize. It's not going to really hurt anybody. But the bigger the boat, the slower you have to turn the boat. The more people that are involved, the more intentionally and strategically you have to turn the boat. You can't just whip like a cruise ship. That's why it turns so slowly. Sometimes you don't even know the boat has turned until it's in the other direction, and then it starts to move ahead. And so even though the Rock ATL is a smaller emerging ministry, I'm still very strategic and intentional about how we roll out information and roll out things. So there is a transition coming in the ministry. We already had a major transition with COVID-19 where we became an apostolic training center. We stopped being a church and we became an apostolic training center, which was focused on equipping people with panels and creative arts and information and prayer and tools to help you to win Monday through Saturday. Yes, we have our broadcast on Sunday and we have our teachings on Wednesdays, but the heart of the Rock ATL is to equip you to represent God well in whatever sector of society that God has put you in, right? So that's a part of what we are about. And not knowing that God was doing that to prepare us for another transition coming, but God knows. He looks ahead and he sees ahead. And so I began to share with my executive leadership a couple of weeks ago of a transition that is coming to the Rock ATL. And I asked them to keep that information confidential within the group, because I want to make sure that we present this transition well so that people are properly informed and so that, things are done in decency and in order. Well, unfortunately, it came to my attention, which I felt and discerned, and I'm not surprised, that perhaps some of my leaders has leaked out this information. And not only have they leaked out the information, but they've leaked it out in the wrong spirit. The motive, the spirit of it is not right. Don't ask me who it is, because I'm going to rebuke you if you ask me. Don't worry about who it is. Whoever did it, no, they did it, right? So, but it got back to me. And that's why I don't understand why people say things, because you don't think it's going to get back to me unless you intend for it, right, to get back to me. And it's one thing to have people that you trust, that you confide in, because we all have people that we need to talk to the process. But I asked that group specifically, don't talk to anyone outside this group, not your spouse, not your pet, nobody. Talk to people in this group if you must talk, because I know we have to talk, right? We have to process and get things out. Talk in the group. It's enough of people in the group. You call me and talk to me. I'll be glad to talk to you. Everybody, is not necessarily happy about the decision, the transition that's coming. Some have expressed it very, very directly, their disagreements. Some have spiritualized their disagreement. Some have said, sad by it, but, also excited at the same time. But when I find out from multiple places that stuff has been leaked by leaders when I've asked them not to do it, that to me is highly offensive and it must be addressed. So that's why we're having this chat, so that I can head off anything that has been said that could bring confusion, unnecessary confusion to the ministry, to our operation. so that wrong information is not put out there. I'm not going to put it all out there right now still, because I want to make sure that I'm continuing to work with my executive leadership team. You know, there's going to be some shifts there because I can't have people at high levels of leadership who lack integrity and who cannot have a conversation. You know, I engaged with some of these leaders to confront them because I confronted them. I know what I heard was true, so you can't tell me it's not true. So then when I confront you and you get an attitude, or you hang up the phone on me, or you do different stuff like that, you can't continue to serve in leadership. When regardless of where I put you, everybody has a problem with you. Your attitude, your disposition is so infectious that it can throw the entire atmosphere of something off, or people complain. I mean, so, you know, one of the things I try to do as a leader is be gracious and cover people and give people opportunities to show mercy as God does with us. But after a while, mercy comes to end. So I want to share this part because I know this part has been put out there, but I will be stepping down as the lead pastor of the Rock ATL, okay, very soon. I will remain as the overseer of the Rock ATL, but I will not be the lead pastor, which is fine because we're no longer a church. We're an apostolic training center. So I will become the president of the training center, and I'll be putting in place an executive director who will really be leading. So if you had to put a term, would be like the pastor, but we're not using those terms because we're not a church. We're a training center. And so I'll be putting in place an executive director that you all love and respect very much, very capable, has the heart of my vision, and will do a great job. And I believe you all will support this person and two other people on this team that will lead the Apostolic Training Center forward. So I will be stepping down and I will be relocating from Atlanta, right? To pursue a call that God has put on my life that will impact this nation and this world, literally. I'm very excited. I'm humbled and overwhelmed and excited at the same time. And so while I know many of you all may be sad to hear that I'm stepping down as the lead pastor and that I'm moving, I want you all to know that it's not because of any scandal. There's no scandal. There's no impropriety. Nobody asked me to step down. Nobody asked me to leave. Yah has asked me to accept this major national and international calling, where I will literally be traveling the length and the breadth of this nation and this world, working on the behalf of Cushites, of Black people, to bring about justice, to bring about education and training. I can't really get into all of the details right now. There will be coming. And I wanted to see, that's why I was asking my leadership to allow us to talk through this and lay this out and roll it out in phases. But when you have people who have ulterior motives, when you have people who are bitter, and let me address this matter too. This is I'm being real transparent here, but I have to be careful too, just to cover myself for liability's sake. But one of the things I've had to deal with, I'll still be doing 6 a.m. prayer. I will still come into Atlanta periodically for meetings or for services when we are able to do that. I will teach sometimes, but because of my travel schedule and demand, I know I will not be teaching every Wednesday, and I won't be teaching every 6 a.m., but I will be sharing in that load. We have great ministers who will be helping me rotate that. But this is something I have had to deal with for most of my ministry. And that is, I've had this issue where people, and I'll just say people to be fair, feel like God tells them that they're supposed to be in my life. Like they feel like God tells them that they're supposed to be my wife or my partner or my whatever, because I've got it on both sides, right? That they're sent to me to be with me, and if they can't be with me, then they can't serve, and they have all these, words and these experiences that confirms. I mean, I've had to deal with this more times than I care to even tell you. It's almost embarrassing to say, but I have to expose the spirit that has harassed me in my ministry for some 7 to 8 years. And anybody who's been walking with me for a long time knows that this is true. I've had many women I've had to tell, God didn't tell you that you was my wife. I'm sorry. I don't see you that way. I respect you, acknowledge your anointing, glad to work with you in ministry, have no problem working with you in ministry, but I don't see you as a wife. I don't see you as, I'm not looking for a partner. I'm not looking for a female or a male partner right now. That's not how I see you. We can be co-laborers in ministry, but not like that. Because anybody that knows me knows that if I like somebody, you gonna know I like you, because I'm gonna come tell you that I like you. So if I don't come tell you that I like you, and make it clear that I like you, don't assume that anything that I'm doing is sending subtle hints that I like you, or that there's going to be a chance. No. If y'all ain't picked up by now that I'm very direct, I have no problem being direct. Can you tell that by now? I'm very direct. Like, I'm very direct. I don't hold nothing back. So why would I play games in terms of who I like? I'm in a relationship anyway. And if you ain't picked that up by now, I don't know what to tell you. I'm in a relationship with a beautiful young woman that I'm very happy about, right? So why would you be thinking anyway? So I've had to deal with this a lot, and it has really grieved my spirit. I've had to go to mentors and advisors, ask, am I doing something wrong? I mean, I'm like, I can't help the way I look. I don't try to dress provocatively. I hope I don't dress provocatively. I don't try to do all kind of little, how some of my other preacher friends do. They always licking their lips and looking all seductive and doing all. I try not to do that, but I can't help the fact that, I look the way I look, and I'm built the way I'm built, or I have the personality that I can't apologize for that. But I have to also expose that there have been some women and some men who, out of emotional brokenness, have just made up these stories, all kind of lies and rumors about me, putting all kind of stuff out there that's not true. I've had leaders and intercessors come to my house or call me on the phone and be like, Bishop, you need to close your mouth, or Bishop, you need to stop talking to such and such. I'm like, who am I talking to? When do I have time to do all this talking that people claim that I'm doing? All this I love yous and all this on the phone and all this stuff. So I'm like, I keep my receipts. Look at my phone. Look at my text messages. Look at my inbox. I'll let them look at well, no, we have to do that, Bishop. No, because you check me. So let's look at my stuff. Look at the receipts. You tell me what you see. And they'd be like, it's not true. I'm like, call such and such on the phone, because I'm telling you, it's this type of lies, rumors, gossips about me. There's something that I've had to deal with. It's a spirit that I've had to deal with. Even my ex-wife, how she tried to murder my name, slander, rumor. All I did was tell her I didn't like her. I don't want to be married no more, because for whatever. And she tried to destroy me because she had to protect her image. Her image was more important than anything, including my destiny and purpose with God. And I just left her in the hand of God, because you're not fighting me, you're fighting God's purpose and assignment. And I've seen what's happened to her as a result. So it's not good to come up against my assignment and purpose, because I am sold out to Yah. I'm not perfect, but I am sold out to Yah. And when you come up against my assignment and my purpose, through your mouth and through your actions, it's not good for people that do that. And you need to know that about you too, that when you are on an assignment from Yah and you live for him, it is not good for people to put their mouth on you. Back that thing up. It's not good to do it. And I don't have to get folks. A lot of folks have put their mouth on me, and I've seen them get sick. I've seen them have death in their families. I've seen them lose things. I've seen them lose their mind. And that's the main thing. I've seen them lose their mind. Lose their mind, right? So that's just something I've had to always fight against and not be discouraged. And some of you may have had to deal with certain things and seem like no matter what you do, these things just keep chasing you, trying to pull you down, trying to mess you up. Stay focused. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to have your moments where you're like, to hell with all of it. You just want to throw up your hands, but stay in it. That is an indication of the magnitude of where God is calling you. So I know my name is going to be great, tremendously great in the earth, because people have tried to crap on my name for years, right? So, and where God has shifted me to go to now is putting me in a place of that's really finna happen. And can't no witch, no warlock, nobody put no word curse against that. You can't put no rumors out against me that can block what God is doing. I break it now in the name of Jesus. The blood of Jesus be against you. I send it back to you. I seal it in your head sevenfold. The angel of the Lord sent over it, and it cannot volley back to me. And it will bring destruction upon you, because you had the audacity to put your mouth against God's assignment, not me. You talk about me all you want to. I don't care. But what I do have a problem with is when you put your mouth against my assignment and against my character in terms of obeying God for an assignment. That's not acceptable, especially from a person that walks in fivefold ministry and from a person who sits in leadership in a ministry. They cannot be trusted. They are to be marked. I won't mark them tonight because I'm just going to leave it be. But I just want you all to hear from me that, yes, I am stepping down as the lead pastor of the Rock ATL. I'm not sure when that's going to take effect, but it's going to be very soon. And I will remain as the president of the Apostolic Training Center. I will be announcing who will be the executive director. You're going to love this person. You already love and respect this person. Those that live in Atlanta, you know this person. Those online, you will get to know this person, right? And the other people that will sit on this team, right? We will remain digital. We're not going into a building. We're going to remain digital. And we're going to keep running this Apostolic Training Center. When we're able to get back into a space, we'll have maybe monthly gatherings and stuff like that where I'll come in or bring other people in and we'll have a good old time. I'm going to move around the country and have events with those of you who follow me around the country and Rock Nation. But I wanted you to hear from me that I am stepping down, not because of a scandal. I am not out of the will of God. In fact, I have been thrusted into the center of God's will for my life. It's overwhelming. It's amazing. It's humbling and all of the above. So I'm not out the will of God. And the Rock ATL is going to be fine. We're going to be fine as long as we stay in the center of God's will. We are not a church. We are an Apostolic Training Center. And so as long as people don't try to make us be what we're not, we're going to be fine. As long as people don't try to make us be a church, we're not a church. We are an Apostolic Training Center. So for people who want a church, like be a church or be a pastor, then that's fine. I encourage you to do that. But if you feel connected to this tribe, to this Apostolic Training Center, remain connected. You will be ministered to, you will be fed, and you will be taken care of, all right, in this Apostolic Training Center under the direction of our new executive director, who I'll be sharing soon, all right? So I wanted to share all of this later and in phases. I wanted to bring in my coordinators, my top-level leaders, and tell them first. I didn't want them to find out with everybody else. Then I wanted to be able to share it with Atlanta first and then share it with the world. But when you have people who operate out of a wrong spirit with a wrong motive, then I have to do stuff like this. You have to do stuff like this to cut down confusion, all right? So I have to go because I'm on an assignment right now. Even right now, I'm on an assignment. I had to stop what I was doing. You can see where I'm at. But, I had to stop what I was doing to get on to address this matter. And listen, I want you all to know I love you very much. I'm not gone. I'm just not the lead pastor. I am the president. I will be becoming the president of the Apostolic Training Center, and it would be led by the executive director. Okay, so you won't be coming to me for all the stuff you have before. You'll be going to this person, and I'll just be kind of like overseeing and praying while I travel around the country and the world doing what I've been called to do. But anyway, I gotta go. Meet me in the morning, 6 a.m. prayer. Love you all, and God bless. Thank you so much for joining in, all right?